P143, we're going to do the evens, but we're going to talk about adding and subtracting decimals. So the story poem they present us with is your dad saves money by using coupons when he shops. During 1 week, he saves, I'm going to try to highlight this all for us, $1.14. On another week, he saves $1.87. And on the third week, he saves $1.60. Now we're going to add these up, and what they're going to try to show us how to do that with is with using base 10 blocks. So again, we're going to show this using the base 10 blocks where our colors all match up. So how do we add this? When we're adding, we're going to we're going to start in our hundreds place. Just like if we were adding numbers and we were to take away the decimals, you treat it just the same. So when I'm counting up the decimals, I have 11 hundredths here. So I'm going to exchange 10 of these hundredths in for 1/10. So now I have an extra tenth here. Well, I have a lot of tenths going on. So I know that there's 8 here plus these 2. That makes 1 whole. 10 tenths make a whole, so I carry 1 over. That's my hundredths cube. So in all, I'm going to have 1/100th, 6/10, and 4 wholes. So when we look at adding and we come over here, we can do the same thing. We just add straight down. 4 plus 7 is 11 plus 0 is still 11. Carry the 1. 1 plus 1 is 2 plus 8 is 10 plus 6 is 16. And I'm going to carry my 1. And 1 plus 1 is 2 plus 1 is 3 plus 1 is 4. And we have it all lined up, so we just drop our decimal and bring down our $sign. So they saved $4.61. Let's try this again. You can even drop the decimal before you add, so that way you don't forget it. Just drop in my decimal. 2 plus 3 is 5. 3 plus 2 is 5. 0 is 0, so that's 55 hundredths. We can subtract the same way too. I drop my decimal. Everything's lined up. 2 minus 1 is 1. 3 minus 2 is 1. 11 hundredths. But 9 gets a little bit tricky. They do it horizontal, so I like to do my math vertical. I have 6 minus 0.14. But the question is, there's no hundredths and tenths on the 6. But don't forget, we can always add the decimal and add our zeros. So now we can do this. This one requires borrowing because I can't take 4 away from nothing. So I go next door, there's nothing. So I go next door again. I borrow 1 whole, and this becomes 5. And now I have 10 tenths. Now I can borrow 1 from 10 tenths. That becomes 9 tenths. And now I have 10 100ths. 10 100ths minus 4 100ths is 6 100ths. 9 tenths minus 1/10 is 8 tenths. I bring down my decimal, and 5 wholes minus 0 wholes is 5. So the answer is 5.86. You only have about 6 problems to do on here, and I think you guys can totally accomplish this. Just remember, it's just like adding, line up your decimals, and then subtract.